How you doing, guys? It's good to be with you again. Welcome back to the start of a brand new work week. It's Richard. I'm back here once more. So what are we looking at today? We're going to be looking at this mod. It's a DNA75. This is more of a show and tell kind of video, or first impression you want to call it, where I've got the so-called final version, that's what I've been told, of a prototype that's powered by an Evolv DNA75 chipboard in there. Pretty much like the VT75 by Escribe. In fact, I think they're using the exact Evolv DNA75 chipboard for this as well. This was passed on to me to show you guys first, and especially to my Malaysian friends. You want to have a look at it. And also, this is going to be released in just a few days, or latest by a week, I think, but it's going to be happening in a few days from what I was told. So here it is, the Elfin DNA75 by SBody. Alright guys, just so you know, this was handed to me by Zach. Oh, shout out to the man himself. Thank you, brother, from Vapempire Malaysia. The Elfin DNA75, at least I think, you know, it's called the Elfin. To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure myself, because this mod came in a box without any labels, any spec sheet or anything like that. It's just an empty box and the mod itself, which we'll see in the close-ups afterwards. Vapempire Malaysia will be retailing this latest in a week's time, like I said, in just a few days. I have no clue how much this will cost, but I'm going to find out and leave a link below. Similar to the Elfin DNA40, which is what I have here in my left hand, I have enjoyed using this so much. Among all the small dinky little devices, this has got to be my favorite for a couple of reasons. The battery life is really good. For my standard vapes, one whole day, no problems at all. I mean, my standard vapes, like a couple of times I vape in an hour, sometimes 2 hours I don't vape, I'm working, and then I'm vaping again, so no issues at all. But what I really like about it is the finishing on the mod, that rubbery anti-slip feel. It is just perfect. It's never slipped out of my hands. I've had it in my car, in my pocket, threw it around. And from the day I did the review until now, it still looks spanking new. This is really, for a small dinky little device like that, it's solid, nice. This is the same as well. The only drawback with the DNA40 is that, you know, most of us are moving away from nickel, and it only does nickel. Most of the time I'm vaping on camphor wire. But with the DNA75, now this comes with presets of nickel, titanium and stainless steel 316L. Perfect. This is what we all are looking for in a device. Like I said, very much like the VT75 by Escribe. Now, this I'm sure uses the same chipboard as well from Evolv. And you could also use the Escribe software. You can download it and do self-customization for those who like to tinker around. Okay, you can do it on Windows. Off the bat, I'm just guessing that this uses a single 18650 battery in there, built-in battery that comes with zip charging capabilities, because when I charged it, it charged up in about 2 hours, somewhere around there, an hour plus or 2 hours, and it was fully charged. So I really suspect that it's got a built-in zip charger in there. It feels nice and solid, just much like the DNA40. I love it because of the finishing. This is quality, built nice, and it's solid, like I said, weighing in at 162 grams. It does feel a little bit weighty, but nothing you can't be used to or can't handle. It's really a nice vape. Okay? I mean, it carries an Evolv DNA75 chipboard inside. What do you expect? I tell you what, let's get into the close-ups right now. Let's check this baby out. Come back, we'll vape on it. I'll tell you if I've gone to it, and also leave you with my final thoughts. Alright, so see you in a while. So here's the first hand look at the Elfin DNA75 by SBody, and the prototype that I have here that comes in a jewel case. Nothing, no labels whatsoever, doesn't even come with a charge cable, and it's just basically the device only. So we're going to have a first hand look at this device, and we're going to zoom in closer. So mine's in red and black, and it's got a really nice finishing to it, and the red is beautiful. It comes with a slight tint of maroon on it as well. It's not really red as in your Ferrari red. So buttons are red, so are the plus and minus button. It's got a nice finishing to it, matte, and for once it doesn't, you know, leave any fingerprint marks all over your mod. So beautiful, and it feels great. Anti-slip, doesn't slip off your hands, and it's got a nice size to it. It's not too big, neither is it too small, where sometimes if it's too small you have a bit of difficulty trying to hold it. So this is just nice, and it's built solid, very nice, very well built. And on top you've got your 510 connector, of course these two hex screws to hold on this portion to the mod as well. Your 510 connector comes with these channels for your atomizer that requires bottom air feed. Also comes spring loaded 510 pin with it, nice and springy. And at the sides you've got these patterns here for anti-slip, and you've got these little dots here for design. SBody engraved on top here, and you've got these holes here for, I believe, for you to just, you know, attach a lanyard so you can hang it around your neck. It's got a nice big display screen, USB charge port, likewise two hex screws here to hold on this section to the device, and battery vent holes here, and probably that's the battery. I believe this uses an 18650 because of the size is exactly the same size, fits in nicely with an 18650, built-in 18650 to be exact. Very well built, and it's got a, you know, nice weight to it as well. Speaking of which, let's do a weight check, and I believe this is going to be 162.1 grams. It's a little heavier than the previous Elfin DNA40. So let's go and get into some settings right now. That's the firing button, which I feel is a little bit stiff. It's just protruding slightly off the edge there. And you've got to smack it down right in the middle, put a little bit of pressure, and then it fires. Otherwise, sometimes when I try to hit it at the side here, at the corners, it might not fire. So you've got to make sure that you have your finger right over the top of the firing button and press it down. Okay, if your thumb get a little bit lazy, sometimes it'll just stop firing. That's the display screen, nice big display screen of the Evolv DNA75 here, 75 watts, 5 clicks. And if you don't use it, as you can see, it's slowly starting to dim out, okay? And press it again and it brightens up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you've got the device locked. So every time you click, it says lock, click 5 times. So once it's locked, hold the plus and the fire button together, and you lock your ohms. Comes with resistance lock, hold to lock ohms, and you have it locked there. This is your wattage, your resistance, your voltage, and your battery drain, which is in amps right there at the bottom, and your battery indicator. Hold the left and the firing button together, the minus and the firing button, and it goes from normal to stealth and back to normal again. While in lock position, you hold down the plus and minus. You can change your temperature, goes all the way up to 600, and then off, okay, if you're on power mode. So it goes down all the way to 200, and it changes to Celsius. So now it's in Celsius, and I believe once you're in Celsius, you go down to 100 degrees, and it goes back to Fahrenheit again. Once you unlock it, hold down these two buttons. Power locked, hold up and down. So once it's locked, click it twice, and you go into your presets. You've got nickel, titanium, stainless steel 316, and then you've got nickel again, nickel, no preheat, nickel 200, relax, nickel 200. Alright, so we'll set it back to watts, click it, and it goes back to watts. And now just compare the size of the DNA40 with this. This is, of course, obviously a little bit bigger. The DNA40 is smaller in size compared to that, and in thickness, the sides also just a tad bit as well on top. And if you were to just compare it with another device, which is the IPV-D3, also single battery, that is smaller, the Elfin. Width-wise, it's about the same. It's shorter than the IPV-D3. So that's just for size comparison, right? And with an atomizer in there, 22mm device, screw it down. And one thing I find that it leaves a little gap on a few atomizers, like this one as well. There's a small gap. I don't know whether it's my device. It doesn't sit flush completely. If you notice, there's that slight gap there. Yeah. Alright, so basically that's it for the Elfin DNA75. We'll talk some more when we get back topside. This is a show and tell, so it's not going to be too long. I'm going to just quickly do it off the bat, the pros and cons for this. I mean, I've been using this for about 4 days, and I'm really liking it. The pros first, finishing on this, I can't stop praising about the finishing for this. It's really nice. It's got that slight rubbery feel. It doesn't peel off, and if you've used it for as long as you've been using it, it still looks spanking new. Really solid build, like it, quality at its best. This coming in at 162 grams, so it does feel a little bit, I'm not saying it's the heavy side, but it has weight on it, so you know for sure it's built like a rock. Works beautifully on power and temperature control, no problem at all. I mean, with the Evolv DNA chipboard in there, performance, you're assured of it. Comes with Escribe software. You can customize it yourself, do your self customization on Windows. Good battery life, charges pretty quickly as well. In about 2 hours I got it fully charged. For my standard vapes, lasts me for a day. Color is very, very cool with the red and black that I've got here. Also comes with a few other colors. I think black on black, black on white, black on blue, or something like that. But it does come with color options. I've got the red and black here, and it looks really nice. Well, the only con that I have with this is the firing button. The firing button to me is a little stiff. I gotta make sure my thumb hits it right smack in the middle, put a little bit of pressure to it, and then it fires. If I get a little bit lazy with the thumb and lift it off, and it stops firing. If I hit it at the corners, it won't fire as well. That's the only con I have of it. It's not as your soft touch kind of thing. You need to have a little bit of pressure when you're hitting that firing button. Other than that, it is just perfect. The screen, nice, big display, beautiful. It's got your battery vent holes and so forth. Really liking it. Fellow Malaysians, in a few days, you will be seeing this at Vapempire outlets. All their stores will be carrying this. You can always give them a call if you can't wait for me to put a link below on how much it's going to cost you. But I don't think it's going to cost very much. It's going to be made very affordable to everybody. Just the mod, and you can have it in a few color options. Okay, so check out Vapempire, give them a call, drop by to the outlets and check it out. Well, one more vape and we'll call it a wrap. By the way, I've got a 1 ohm coil in here, single coil on the K-Fun Mini. Till then, thank you so much for watching. Till the next one, have a nice day and God bless. Bye for now.